Hello guys, welcome back to another episode review of Hollyoaks. Today's episode, Warren came clean with Sienna. He finally told her he's dying. Unfortunately, she took a little bit of a shock and it was out of the blue totally for her because Warren didn't really tell many people. And I think they slowly got into a conversation and unfortunately, Sienna is still quite strong-headed and kind of playing a bit of a game when it comes to Warren wanting to see his kids. I can understand Sienna's concerns, but at the end of the day, she's not a saint. She's done a lot of mistakes in the past, and the fact that Warren's dying and he really wants to see his kids, and she knows he's always good to his kids, no matter what he does, he's always puts his kids first. Warren does. So I think Warren's mum, Norma, she stepped in and I actually really enjoyed that scene. So Norma was like, you can choose the easy way or the hard way. And Sienna goes to Norma, is that a threat? And she goes, take it friendly advice from your dear old children's grandmother. And Sienna just instantly agreed because she could just tell Norma's a dangerous lady. I think Norma also kind of added more fire when she said, go back to do whatever it is you do, or clean something. I don't know what she said. I can't remember. But then Norma was like, yeah, she's really fierce. And not only that, she really dampens any kind of comeback for anyone to fight back. So she's really one of those kind of characters where, if you got beef with her, then she really will, in the first instance, she really will kind of, I don't know can't find the words. She really will burn your lights out. Put it that way. I want to leave it at that. Anyway, moving on. You got Zayn as well, walking around, kind of helping out others in situations like the Imran. When he nearly hit his mum, things have been escalating with Imran. Misbah's obviously sad and alone at home, and then when Zayn found that out, he got quite angry. Obviously, just a stepdad. But regardless, it's a very wrong thing to do, what Imran's done. And I think Imran's realised the extent of his situation, and he really needs help. You cannot deny any help now. And he's done the right thing where he wants to come for his step forward for help. And Misbah, they went to the doctors. Unfortunately, appointments are not available. That's the thing with the NHS these days. And anywhere you go, to be honest, long queue times. So if you are in a good place, then by all means, I think we should all be grateful, because it's so realistic. People out there are suffering in so many ways, needing services or treatments, but there's just a backlog of months of waiting just to get an appointment for the GP. So yeah, it's really interesting, all of this. And Misbah, unfortunately, she has gone to the because she's a doctor as well and she works there, she has gone to put her badge on and into the computer system and budged Imran up to a quicker available appointment. Personally, I do think it's wrong, but I'm not in the situation, so would I be tempted if, as a character, if I was in Misbah's situation? So I'm just trying to sympathise in Misbah's character. Who knows? But again, I think Hollyoaks are showing a lot of tricky situations and grey areas where what to do when when your child is sick and needing treatment, and the longer it goes, he might not be there anymore. So, and obviously, it'd be interesting to see obviously what would happen if everyone found out. Does Misbah get caught? Very interesting stuff, guys. Let's talk about Marcus and Mason, the whole situation. Mason's threw a kind of like a tantrum at Marcus. Don't forget, Marcus is another kid, and he's having to deal with a lot thrown at him from Mason, like an angry little kid throwing his prams out of the throwing his toys out of the pram. And I get Mason's a child and he's going through a lot as well. Had he not made DeMarcus' life a hell, and he obviously, voiced his concerns, voiced his situation to everyone, to the community, anyone, even in his school, that, things are tough for him. I'm pretty sure Sally, the head teacher, she's a nice lady, she would have done something for Mason, made some extracurricular activities for children who feel like they want to express themselves, etc. I don't know, it's just a thought. But certainly not to bully DeMarcus, especially behind a screen. I think he's definitely messed up there. You need help at that point, to be honest. Also, what is interesting is the end of the episode. I think Norma saw Warren sleeping on the couch and she covered him up with a blanket. Warren was pretending to be asleep, and then he obviously wasn't until Norma went away. So now he's thinking, does my mother care for me, etc. And that is a good question, because Norma's very clever. Does she know that Warren was actually pretending to be asleep, and she did that to because she anticipated that? I got no idea, but I'm going to leave that to you as to comment below and see what you guys think. I think that's a wrap. Subscribe to my channel, please. It only takes 5 seconds, so that way you can listen to the next one. Hope you all have a nice day. Peace.